Right before the main character Melody showed up, the younger twin and the cousin, they made a bet on when those two were going to show up. The cousin was so sure his teacher was going to show up right after he got the message, and the younger twin, he was sure that they weren't going to show up in the next day, and he was correct. The reason why they didn't show up is because they were fooling around in the bed. The main character was not going to let his teacher see the message or go see what the problem was. He wanted to keep him in the bed and have fun with him. So they didn't hear what the problem was until long later. And because the cousin lost the bet, he has stress as a woman, which, makes him very frustrated and very upset over it. Since the Malid failed to seduce and capture the scroll, it was time for the cousin to try. Yeah, it was his turn. I was thinking the entire time I was reading it, the only person that could probably seduce the scroll was the cousin. And so he's like, fine, I'll go deal with this. I will solve the problem. The older twin gets hold of him and is like, yeah, no, before you go and handle the scroll, you got to be taught how not to be rejected by a man. And they practice all night, and they fail to get him to not be rejected by a man. He's not doing well with any of the lessons the older twin is trying to teach them. And I'm like, you want to teach him all night long? Like, I was giving him looks. I'm like, you just want to be by his side all night long. You want to do something else than teaching him how to not be rejected by a man. The way he grabbed hold of our boy's arm and held him tight and looked down at him, I was like, this is sounding a little too much like a dame. This is a dame. But these two, we all know they're definitely getting together. And him also with the younger twin. Like, we all know that's happening, especially after that scene. After his failed lessons with the older twin, the cousin goes and faces off with Squirrel disguised as a woman, and he's trying to be the woman from his requirements, but he's failing. And the Squirrel is very disappointed, very upset, disgusted. He's being very rude to the cousin. He's trying to leave. And the cousin, he's had enough of it. He lets go of his disguise, reveals his true self, and tries to attack the Squirrel. And the Squirrel's like, oh, hello, beautiful darling. You're my true love. You need to be mine. I will have you. And so they end up capturing the Squirrel. Yeah, the Squirrel was seduced by its stiffic self, stiffically of the cousin, because again, the cousin is kind of a narcissist. The only person that can get a narcissist is a narcissist, which is hilarious, and I absolutely love that. Reading this entire arc, I will admit to one thing to all of you, and it was I was jealous the entire time. Fully foaming to the mouth, jealous, because it should have been me, not him. Like that meme from Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it's him going, oh, it shouldn't have been him, it should have been me. You know that meme? That's me. It should have happened. I was like, I can be his husband. I can be the father of his children. I will support him. I will make sure that his life is always filled with adoration and affection. I will lavish him with all the expensive things. It should have been me. Not him, and not him. It should have been me. I could be a good supporter, a caretaker, like everything he needs in a husband. I can be that, okay? I could be the perfect alpha for him. Why did all these guys get to be lucky and have him not me? Like, it's not fair. It's not fair at all. Like, he's so beautiful and gorgeous and perfect and wonderful, and he's everything I endear to want in my life, and everybody else got to go on a date with him and not me. Like, I want to jump in the book, take their places, and go on dates with him. But no, they all get lucky and have dates with him and not me. Like, I'm literally wanting to cry over that because how frustrated and upset and jealous I am. The second extra is a Reddit post like extra where the cousin is trying to find who stole his candy, and this candy can turn anyone into a certain animal, and he's trying to find this candy, so he's asking on kind of Reddit if anyone knows who took his candy. And I don't know who is who in the Reddit post. I only know who 4 certain people in those Reddit posts were. Everybody else, I wasn't sure who they were. Like, I was literally confused. And the only reason I knew who was who, because one was pretty obvious. It was the cousin, and the others, I wasn't sure until they were literally pointed out to me. And outside of that, I wasn't sure. Like any Reddit post, it's all over the place, and nothing is really connected to it until later at the end it ends up all being connected. So first it starts off with the cousin's candy going missing, and then the Malid going missing, and then them all thinking that he ate the candy, got turned into a cat. So they're all asking and requesting to bring all the white cats to the main character's sack and then check out if this cat is the Malid. Because again, the main character finds the post, starts putting things together. Maybe his teacher, his husband, ate the candy, got turned into a cat, and now he doesn't know where he is and he's freaking out. And everyone starts putting pieces together to realize who is who, just like I was doing it, because again, no one knew who each other's identities were in the post, but they all start putting it together and realize the main OP is the cousin, who the main character's identity in the post is, who the lead's identity in the post, because he sooner or later gets on there and be like, hey, this is where I am. I was not turned into a cat. I did not eat the candy. I'm fine. And he gets on to the main character for making such a scene. The person who ate the candy, though, was the cousin's cat, his mother's cat. That cat ate the candy. That's where the candy had been the entire time. There were shippers in the Reddit post. The first ship was between the cousin and the male lead. Even though they didn't know who the male lead's identity were, they were shipping it, which was making the main character very upset and picking fights with him, which it was technically the past version of the main character that was picking fights with him. But the moment they found out who he was, they were apologizing and asking for forgiveness and not to come after them, and they were getting off the account. And some of them were just getting off before they apologized. They were just leaving as fast as they possibly could. The second ship is between the cousin and his bio father, which it happens quite often in this book where people assume these two are romantically involved with each other because, again, they don't know the real relationship to each other. So people on the Reddit post are shipping it. And let's just say the bio dad is like, get rid of these accounts. Like, just suspend their accounts. Before he can suspend them, he has to give them money, so he does that. He gives them money and then he suspends the account. He also states the post will stay up until the candy is found. And then once the candy is found, the post will be basically closed down. There will not be this post no more. And he can do this because he's the one who's putting all the money into the Reddit post-like thing in this world. He's the one who's basically putting the funds in. And so this one little post will disappear from the whole Reddit-like thing. Another scene where the bio father and the cousin is shipped to each other in the book is back when the bio father showed up to deal with a scroll situation. And when these people were seeing the cousin argue with his bio father and also argue with the twins, and the way the twins were looking at the cousin when he was arguing with his bio father, looking kind of jealous and very upset, they were like, oh, we're shipping this. We're shipping the cousin with the two twins. We're shipping the cousin with his bio father. And also, which books fits this situation so perfectly? Which books that we write and we read fits these guys perfectly? And they were listing off these books, which ones fit the ships for the bio father and the cousin with the twins.